Yes. Yes, it's Friday night. Yes. I'm a hair behind, guys. I am sorry. And that's on me. That's on me. My apologies. And I got a great show tonight. I am messing with my camera. I work from home, so I have to move things, move them back. My mistake here. Man, I have got a really good show tonight. I have got a really good show tonight. Yeah, my camera settings are a little off, but that's okay. And my apologies here. Okay, I just wanted to make sure I'm streaming here on YouTube, and I am, so I'm good to go. All right, this show, I'm going to break down every single NFL game. I'm going to break down prop bets, and I'm going to give you what that's weird. And I'm also going to go over some of the things that I'm going to do this weekend. I'm probably going to do a video tomorrow. I'll break out a video tomorrow with all my prop bets. So that way you can kind of see what I bet ahead of time, because the prop bets on my bookie are not available yet. So I'm just making sure here. Before I get going, before I get started, I've never been asked to do this before, so it's something new. The world is a worse place today. My buddy Tim lost his grandmother. Grandma Wallace was a really awesome lady. I only met her once, and I texted him. I was like, dude, what can I do? And to his surprise, he asked if I give her a shout out on the show, which I was kind of surprised about, but honored, because I met her, and she was one of these people that you wanted to be good just around her. I don't know if you ever met somebody like that, but anyway, the world's just not as good of a place as it was. Plain simple. That's facts. That's just facts, and it's an honor for Tim to ask that I give her a shout out on the show. So I kind of wanted to say that, Tim, hopefully if you're not watching live, if you're watching the rebroadcast, let me know if you need anything. Man, Funk, yes. That's awesome. Yeah, man. You know what's funny, Funk, man, is that you say things that I wish I would have thought of first. So yeah. So but yeah, man, thanks, brother. 2020 sucks, man, but it's coming around the corner. By the way, I'm double dipping today. I got half an energy drink and I got coffee. I'm going to drink them both at the same time. I'm going to break down every single NFL game. I don't have my prop bets already made, but when I make them, I think I'm going to do a video tomorrow. Tomorrow night, I'll release it before Sunday. But I'm going to tell you what I'm going to bet on ahead of time. Again, this isn't a gambling channel. You can do more than just talk about gambling. I feel like I have to justify my knowledge by making a profit off betting on football. So I think I've said this many times. I'm going to get jacked up here. I'll slam this. All right, a little bit left. And I got coffee. Man. This is going to be great. I'm going to share my screen here. And I'm just going to get going here. And let's make some money, baby. Yes, Jimmy. Jimmy, I have some good prop bets here for you. Prop bets is something I'm going to do. By the way, I did lose last night. At halftime, my bookie offered New England plus 14.5. Halftime score 17-3. So I lost a little bit this weekend, I lost some Thursday. I'm going to make it up. I'm going to make it up this weekend. So, Jimmy, man, I'd love to know what you got, brother. I'd love. If you feel like share. And then I got some good action for you, though. I got some really good action. I'm going to start off with I'm going to undo this here. I'm going to start off with Jacksonville at Tennessee. The over-under is 52.5. And Tennessee's a 7.5-point favorite. And I'll be honest, I don't want to touch that at all. But Jacksonville has been playing better. Most of the time you look at a 1-10, 1-11 team, it's like this is a bad team. That's not the case with Jacksonville. They've been playing tough. They've been covering lines. So, I'd probably lean toward Jacksonville, but here's the drill. These offenses can score. Special prop bet action. Take attempts and completions from Mike Glennon. He actually has been looking good, and Tennessee's defense has been looking bad. The play on this is over 52.5. Prop action on Glennon would be a big one. So, yeah, man. Hey, dude, thanks for saying something, Denver Gator. He's hasn't joined the show yet, but man, thank you so much for saying something. Really great lady. She was 95. And my buddy was telling me that she was a big Mahomes fan, which I think is really cool, man. So, yeah. Lions +9 and Washington +3. You got Lions +9? Man, that's not bad. I kind of like it. I took Washington 3.5, and I'm having a little bit of buyer's remorse, but I really love that defensive line. And I have to admit, I have a man crush on Alex Smith, so I'm always going to pull for Alex Smith. But man, I like both those bets. I like both those bets a lot. We're going to talk a little more about the Green Bay and Washington games here in a bit. I don't think they're on page one. Next game, Dallas at Cincinnati. The over-under is 43. Dallas is a 3.5-point favorite. I actually like Dallas to cover on the road, believe it or not. I also think that points are going to be scored, even though Cincinnati's defense isn't playing bad. Jimmy, I 100% agree, by the way, right there. I'm going to touch base on this here in a second. Excuse me, it's that energy drink, and I still got coffee because I'm crazy like that. In case you haven't figured out, I'm a little nuts here. So didn't have time to finish this before the show came on. Error on my part. But I like over 43 here. I haven't had a chance to check the weather report. There is a prop bet show. Wager Talk does a few hours before. Hey, no, Jimmy, Jimmy, you throw your comments out whenever you want, man. This show is about you guys. I'm doing my favorite thing in the world. What would I do if I won $1 billion? I'd just be watching football. If I had a chance to sit here and go out on a date with a beautiful woman tonight, or be here right now talking football, I'm here right now talking football. Jimmy, you go in whatever order you want. I'm going to go in my order. You go whatever order you want, man. I'm glad you're here, man. But Dallas, Cincinnati, the prop bet show comes on Fridays. Wager Talk. I just found them, and you're right. It doesn't help. I got coffee and an energy drink. So anyway, the prop bet guys. They're the ones that turned me on to the Hawkinson bet, the Gallman bet, in the first half for the Colts Texans. They also gave me a special shout out in their show, which I thought was pretty cool. I think the Cowboy hat stood out. So they pointed out that, and I can't get on board with it, but they pointed out that all of them had a play of Ezekiel Elliott under 73.5 rushing yards. I don't agree with it. But I do like over 43, and I like Dallas to finally get a win here. Next game. I get off on rants. I'm always bad at that. I need to do a retro show one of these days. Yes, I get off on track. So yes, I'm in the matrix. I'm gonna finish the last of it here, and then I'll start on coffee. Maybe I'll cool down a little bit. I am very jacked up though. This is going to be a great show. I should have done that before the show. So my bad. Minnesota at Tampa Bay. The over-under is 52.5. Tampa Bay is a 6.5-point favorite. I like Minnesota in this game, but the prop bet play and the one I am going to take is Kirk Cousins over on passing yards. The number hasn't come out yet, but as long as it's under 3, it's pretty safe to say. Tampa Bay has a great run defense, a really bad passing offense. You can also go with Tom Brady here, passing yards. But the thing is, I could see Tampa Bay. If Tampa Bay's blowing them out, then I could see them running the ball more, trying to milk the clock. But if Minnesota's winning, Tampa Bay's really good at stopping the run, so I don't see Minnesota letting off the gas. And not only that, there's a big difference between even now at age 94 years old. I'm joking. Tom Brady's 43. Even at age 43, who do you want to be down? Who do you want to be down? Who would you rather? Who are you more scared of if you're up by 17? Tom Brady or Kirk Cousins? The answer is Brady, even now. So three words you'll always hear in a date with me. Here, Chuck. God, this is such a great show, man. Oh, God, this is gold. This is gold. Oh, man. But Kirk Cousins is 100% a play I'm going to play on here. You could also go with the over if you want, but anything Cousins here. You could take attempts, completions, yards. I'm 100% going to take yards. I don't know the exact number. Once the number comes out, I think I'm going to make a video tomorrow. I'll go into a little more detail. Pete is not here to argue with me. At least I haven't seen him yet. He likes Miami for some odd reason. But next game's Kansas City at Miami. Over under is 50.5. I think it opened up at 48 or 49. Miami's currently a 7.5-point dog. I like the over in the game. Prop bet on Travis Kelce is big. And then I also kind of like Tua passing yards, Tua rushing yards. But Kelce, you really can't go wrong with Kelce. He may lead the NFL in receiving yards. So are the last 3 in so we got this. Miami, okay, the line's been fluctuating between 6.5 and 7.5, but 7.5, Miami's not a bad play. I think Kansas City wins in a blowout. I like the over, but as far as prop bets go, Kelce receptions and yards, you cannot go wrong. You cannot go wrong. But 7.5, yeah, I don't really have a play on that. I think my Chiefs homerism is coming through by saying they're going to blow them out. I do think that points will be scored in this game. Miami's defense has been playing good, but they've been playing against some slugs. I mean, this Chiefs offense is something different. I do think it's going to be a high-scoring affair. Take Kelce yards and receptions. Actually, probably receptions more than yards. You could also double dip. If I'm correct on Hawkinson, you got a parlay. I should have done the parlay, to be honest with you. Yeah. So there's lots of prop action here. I'm going to take Kelce, and I might take Mahomes, and I might take the over on this one. So Arizona at New York. The over-under is 45. The Giants are a 3-point dog in this one. I like the under, and the show that I mentioned earlier, they recommended the first half under because it may take a while for these two teams to figure themselves out. Wayne Gallman is also good prop bet action because the yards against Seattle, I think, was like 43. So I'm like, yeah, he'll do that. Excuse me. All coffee time. And James throws out some really good knowledge here. James put out, did you know the Lions, as far as betting, are a stronger team without Okudah? I did not know that. That's really weird because any secondary help would help, and this is going to be a big game. But Jimmy, if I'm correct, Jimmy got 9, and I think it's 7.5. Golden Rooster, yo, what's up, brother? I like the Kelsey play. I was thinking about putting action on Hockenson. Me too. And then this time, I think I'm going to parlay this time, like I should have done last time. Golden Rooster, Steelers overrated? I think not. Everyone says they are, that they're fakers. You know what? You said, okay, no. Okay, let me go back here. I'm going to go in a little. Okay. Actually, I'm going to touch base on this later, Golden Rooster, but they are now underdogs at Buffalo, and I really like the Steelers. They're not as good as Kansas City. They're not a threat to Kansas City. Even if they end up with the 1 seed, Kansas City might actually be favored going into Pittsburgh for the playoffs. It would be the AFC Championship game. They would be. I really believe that they would be. They're a good team. I'm going to put action on them to beat Buffalo. They're underdogs, but are they as good as Kansas City? No. Are they a threat? If Kansas City gets knocked out, could they go to the Super Bowl? Sure they could. So could Buffalo. Sure, so could Tennessee. To me, that you could say just on record, but they lost the backup to Devin Bush. I don't know if he's back. If I'm right, Hayden's also out for this game, but I still like Buffalo in this game. They're not a threat to Kansas City. I really think, now keep in mind, I'm a Chiefs fan, but I really think, and most people will agree, Kansas City's just a really big notch above them. So, you said Okudah's not helping the secondary. I said, okay, I'm sorry, I kind of misspoke here. What James said was that Okudah being out helped the line. I'm surprised that Okudah, if he's in the game, doesn't help. That kind of surprises me. And if I said the opposite, I misspoke. Having anybody who's starting in the secondary being out should hurt. I haven't touched base on this game yet. I'm going to get to it. It's not okay. It's there on the bottom. By the way, okay, sorry. You can see our props galore. I'm going to talk about that game in a little more detail, but man, I'm sorry, dude. Any secondary, I'm not saying. Oh, I'm okay. I'll say he's not any help. So, yeah. The line on the Green Bay game was 12. Wow. But since Okudah is out for the game, the Packers are only favored by 6. James, I'm not really sure because I got 7.5, and Jimmy Stoneful got 9. I haven't seen 6 anywhere, but you saw a line of 12. That's pretty weird. You actually got Bill. Which one did you take? Do you got the Bills or the Steelers? I like Pittsburgh. I'm probably going to put some money on Pittsburgh. I haven't done it yet. Have not done it yet. Denver Gator, I think the Giants will pull it off in a straight up win. Tough to bet that one, though. No, you're right. And we'll go back to this real fast here. I would definitely take the 3. I wouldn't take the money line in this. If it drops to 2.5, maybe you'd just be better off taking the money line. I actually like the Giants in this one because I like the matchup, and that's also why I like Gallman because I think what they'll do is they'll run the ball. They'll try to keep the game shortened, and I actually like the Giants in this one too. I also like the under. I think it's going to be a low-scoring game. I'll probably go back-to-back with Gallman, though. I took Gallman last week, just yardage, and I went ahead and I collected here. So you took the Bills -1.5. Well, we disagree on that, but I don't hate you for it. I got some good prop bet action on that one too, and it is going to be a great game. As a Chiefs fan, I would love this. James, that's not it because Swift is now. Oh, okay. So he is going to play, is the way I understand it. Swift is going to play, is the way I understand it. Please correct me if I'm wrong. And I'll get to that game here in a bit. Houston at Chicago, the over under is 46. Chicago is a 1-point favorite. I don't know. I'm sorry, they're a 1-point dog. I like Houston in this one. Bottom line. Here's my logic. Houston beat Detroit on Thanksgiving. Detroit beat Chicago the next week. Yeah, some things were involved with Detroit winning and everything like that. But ultimately, this is a game I haven't put action on, but I do like Houston in this game. The reason why I'm against it is that I could see Chicago's defense really causing problems for Watson. So I'm kind of hesitant on it, but I'm really surprised that Houston's only a 1-point favorite. I think it's going to go up a little bit, maybe 1.5 before kickoff, maybe up to 2. But I do like Houston in this one. I think Chicago's in a free fall, and I think that we could see Gase and Nagy lose their jobs. And it's a shame because I think Nagy, with the right quarterback, could be in really, really good shape. Okudah was awful as defense. He did face. He's not ready. Okay. I said this when he was drafted. You can't play man defense in the NFL, at least that style of man defense like the Miami Dolphins play. You can't play that straight out of college. All right. You can't play that. I remember Charles Woodson, little fun fact. Charles Woodson's first professional NFL game and his last professional NFL game was at Arrowhead Stadium. I remember when he was a rookie, he was the 4th pick overall in the draft. And I'm not insulting Okudah here. Charles Woodson was a better corner coming out of Michigan than Okudah was coming out of Ohio State. Both were pretty highly rated. But I remember Woodson had to cover Andre Rison, if you remember who Andre Rison is. And Rison toasted him for 2 touchdowns. But the second one was Woodson's in the end zone doing this. He's like, he didn't know where he was, what he did, and playing, and he ended up going into the Hall of Fame. Woodson's a Hall of Fame corner, but as a rookie, he struggled playing man, and he was a better prospect. He was a better player than Okudah. Playing in his own defense, and by the way, it does look like we're going to see Robert Saleh go to Detroit. That cover 3 defense, that would have been a much better fit. Man defense for a rookie corner, it was too much to ask. I think next year, especially if he plays that cover 3 defense where he's asked to do very little, it's a very simplified scheme. I think he'll get a lot out of it. Yeah, hey, Funk. No, I agree. That's why I didn't like the pick, because if you had drafted Simmons, you can put in there and have an impact. There's no way Okudah was going to be that good of a player right away. He was going to be a weak link, and they really didn't have other corners that could come around. So AJ Terrell's really good, by the way. Yeah. Andre Rison, you know what? Okay. I met Andre Rison at a strip club. I was wearing a Rison jersey. He signed it, and I was like, man, I watch you play even at Michigan State. You know, I mean, he was one of the coolest dudes I ever met. Yeah, I met him at a strip club. He signed my jersey too. It was really cool. I had an Andre Rison jersey. It kind of sucked because I liked wearing the jersey. Then I couldn't wear the jersey because he signed it, but yeah, it was great story. He can even hang with Thomas. Oh, dude, AJ Terrell's really good. Not everyone is Charles Tillman year one. Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. If you play man defense like they play, and by the way, here, AJ Terrell plays in that cover 3 system, and he's playing at above average level. Not quite a Pro Bowl level. It wouldn't surprise me if he does play at a Pro Bowl level. That's why if Robert Saleh comes there, I would be really excited for Okudah. I think he would fit that system like a glove. So, yeah. Yeah. All right, here. All right. Sorry. I think I'm done ranting. I'm gonna have a little sip of coffee. I'm very jacked up. Oops, sorry. All right, got some. Darrell Green was drafted in that famous 1983 draft. Elway was one. Marino, if I remember, because the 30 for 30 special goes Elway to Marino, but I think Marino was 27. Darrell Green was 28. But yeah, he was. I think it was. I'm almost willing to bet it was 83. And but it was funny because his highlight thing was he ran down Eric Dickerson, who was one of the fastest guys in the NFL. So it's kind of random. I'm seeing a bet who'd be starting QB for the Eagles this week plus one. That's strange because I thought everybody announced that Hurts is starting. To the best of my knowledge, and Jimmy, to the best of my knowledge, he is starting because every news source has been saying that. If you could put action on, I would. That's what I keep hearing. So I'm excited for the Falcons now that Quinn is gone. Really have high hopes for the Falcons winning a lot more games. It sucks because we're going to pick early mid round for picks. Well, listen, you should be excited. And I'm drawing a blank on the coach's name. I know he was the head coach in Tampa Bay, and he didn't deserve to get fired, but he's done a really, really good job. He will not get to position, but he should. He should. They should really give him a shot. But he's really, really good. He's really, really good. It'll be very interesting to see what Atlanta does. But Atlanta, I could see blowing up the roster. When I say blowing up the roster, I'm only talking about two players, and I'm talking about Matt Ryan and Julio Jones because both those guys are on their way down, even though they're both playing at elite levels. Excuse me. And when you're playing at that high of an elite level, if you do get rid of them, you're going to get draft compensation. You know, you can draft a quarterback, but you're going to dip. But considering how good the defense is and what you can get and what you can build around, the Falcons are going to be very interesting for 2021. So I thought he was. Tony Mandrich. Tony, it's funny because Kansas City had the fourth pick in the draft, and they chose Derek Thomas. Not a bad selection. And apparently Marty Schottenheimer had dinner with him, and he looked at him. He says, "I think you're on steroids." And Tony Mandrich just said, "Yeah, just don't draft me then." And it's like, dude, you're gonna be a dick to Marty Schottenheimer. I mean, he ended up having some good years in Indianapolis as a guard. Yeah. You have to remember Ohio State front seven was incredible, gave CBs more time to cover. I think Okudah I don't think Okudah is a bust, just not. Yeah, dude, you remember he had so much. Ohio State's done a fantastic job in recruiting. That team's loaded. I'm not trying to pick a fight here. I'm pulling from Northwestern because I want to see chaos in that the BCS, but there's no way that they beat Ohio State in the Big Ten championship game. But yeah, matter of fact, there was a guy during the draft, or actually when I was breaking down the teams individually. What I will do is that probably after the 4th of July, I'll start breaking down every single NFL team. And what I do is I talk about what I like, what I don't like, and then the Vegas over-under. And I was talking about Detroit, and I said, this is a good team to bet the under. I think the under is 6.5. And the guy kept on arguing with me, and I told him, it's like, man, Okudah can't handle it. It's the same type of defense that they're playing again in Ohio State. And I said, going against Rutgers and then going against I was just thinking about him too. Devontae Adams is two different and separate things. And the guy kept on arguing with me. So finally I hit him with, are you going to bet on that? Are you going to put action on Detroit over 6.5? And I haven't heard from him since. So, oh man, I think I'm too jacked up here. Mike, welcome, brother. Yeah, I thought so too, man. I thought so too. Tootsie rolling the sock. God, I love Darrell Green, man. Did you know he used to go to the White House? Like he was welcomed like the Secretary of State. He like all the big White House functions, Darrell Green was there. So I don't know if you knew that or not. Love Darrell Green, man. Do you remember the 80, was it 83 or I think it was 83 NFC championship or NFC playoffs? He never returned punts, but he put him back there against the Bears, and he actually hurdled a dude. It was one of the most amazing things I've ever seen in my life. Okay, I'm off the rant. I love Julio Jones too, Mike. Sorry, I misread the bet. It was who would be a start. Okay, don't take that. Don't take Hurts. Hurts is not starting. Okay. There's going to be some interesting stuff with Philly if Doug Peterson leaves, but I would not make that bet. I would not make that bet. Hurts starting against New Orleans defense, some bad news Bears action there. I thought that was a bad move, and I'm going to not get on a rant there. Okudah, smart, good tackler, reacts well in the run game, screaming safety to me. You know what? Luke G said the same thing. If you use that cover 3 defense that it looks like Salah's going to bring there, I think he could be a good player. He's a guy just needs a year. Don't give up on him, and don't give up on him being a good corner. Playing man defense year 1, it's too much to ask. Man, I'm glad you're here, Mike. I had the Colts -3 last week against the Texans, thinking about taking Indy -2.5 against Vegas. That's actually a pretty good game. Okay, that's the next one. I got 3 right now, and I got question marks behind that because I don't know which Raiders team is going to show up. Is this the Raiders team that could beat Kansas City at Arrowhead? Is this the Raiders team who barely beat the Jets? I don't know. This is going to be a game that I really like. One thing I will say is that the Raiders have not played that well at home. Matt, let me know if you put that bet. I actually kind of like that. I like 2.5 better than I like 3. So you took Jets +8. That was good. That was a good bet then. Green is still involved in politics. He won't run for mayor of DC. Yeah, he was loved. And it was actually funny that he hated Marty Schottenheimer went there and benched him, and he did not like it. He was not happy about that. It was funny. He still holds a grudge against Schottenheimer. Well, maybe not now, but he held a grudge against Schottenheimer for a long time because what Marty Schottenheimer did is it didn't matter if you were a third string corner or the starting quarterback. He treated everybody the same. And Darrell Green had the worst technique. It didn't matter. He wasn't that great of a tackler. He didn't have great hands, but he was Darrell Green, who ran like, even at age 40, he still ran like a 4.3 or something. And Marty Schottenheimer would be like, get your back down. You know, he would coach him up, and he's like, dude, I'm 40 years old. I'm walking in the Hall of Fame. Shut up. And Marty didn't like that. It's kind of funny. Okay, I'm done. I think I'm done with my rant. The redeeming thing about Okudah's poor rookie season is Darius Slay is on a lot of wide receiver. He did not look good against DK Metcalf. I think he's banged up too. Do you remember back in the day, the Pro Bowl weekend was fun to watch? I remember Darrell Green always being I wish they would do that now. I wish they would do that. Forget the Pro Bowl. I wish they'd do like a skill challenge. Let me ask you, how much fun would it be to watch Mahomes versus Josh Allen and see who could throw the ball the furthest? I mean, wouldn't that be great? Who wouldn't want to see the cheetah versus, I don't know who would be the second fastest player. Marquise Goodwin. I think he's a Olympic caliber speedster. I mean, who wouldn't want to see that instead, man? Yeah, I love that. All right. Sorry. I'm ranting. I'm jacked up. I got the Jets at Seattle. The over-under is 47.5. Seattle's a 13.5 point favorite. You saw what Seattle did last week. Seattle's offense has been struggling. The defense has been playing better. The Jets keep playing better and better. I'm convinced. I'm sorry. I know I'm going to make somebody mad, but they're going to win a game. They're going to win a game. It's this time of the year where teams get better. with the Rams winning, I know they're pressured to win, but 13 and a half is a big number, man. I'm not going to touch this game. All right, this is the game I'm planning on putting a lot of action on. Green Bay at Detroit, the over-under is 55 and a half. I've seen Detroit as a 7.5 point favorite, and this is a game that you want to bet prop bets on. Okay. I like the idea of challenges. Remember Greg Hill? Oh, it was great. It was not Greg Hill, and I'm drawing a blank on the guy's name. It was a New England Patriots rookie running back. It wasn't Greg Hill. Just destroyed his knee. And he did it was like a volleyball thing. So Jets covered under. Yeah. James, I'm happy with the Slade trade. Trade has come out of games this year. Like the last few in Detroit, nothing major, but enough. He's not in there. And Jonas looks like a 10-year star. Yeah, exactly. It's a lot of prop bets. Yes. Yeah. Are you sure it's Greg Hill? I don't remember the guy's name. I think it was a Patriots running back. Because Greg Hill, I don't think got injured after his rookie year. I'm ranting a lot here. I got Hawkinson making 6. Wow, 6 or more. That's a big bet, man. I haven't seen the over under yet. Last week it was 4.5, 6. I'll be pulling for you. And here's the deal with this game. Okay. You can bet the over because I think it's going to be a shootout. Stafford had over 400 passing yards. That number might be overinflated. But if Green Bay gets out to an early lead, then you definitely are going to expect Stafford to throw the ball around. I wasn't sure about Swift, but with Swift playing, they may try to run the ball, play ball control. But anyway, Devontae Adams, yards, receptions, both of those are good bets. Rodgers is a good bet. Hawkinson, I'm probably going to take yards and receptions. I might even do a parlay. But basically, you can go with Hawkinson. You can go with Adams, and I think you can go with Rodgers. I think you have 3 really solid bets. You could also take the over in this game. You could also go with Stafford if you wanted to. This is a game I'm probably going to put down multiple bets on. And I might take the over just for fun. The only thing that bothers me is that Swift's there. I could see Detroit just saying, let's just run the ball a lot, keep it a low-scoring game. But Rodgers, Hawkinson, Devontae Adams, all 3 of those, really 3 good prop bets right there. So this is a good game to bet on. As far as Detroit and 7.5, if you, Jimmy, you got 9. I have not seen 9. I think that's a good number. I can see this is going to be a fun game. If the Jets win 1, Jacksonville gets the number 1 pick. If they lose out, Sweeney and Lawrence take over Duvall. Oh, dude, I actually didn't know that. Okay, I found the guy on Instagram who thinks the Jets threw the game. They did, and I had to unfollow the guy because he has a podcast, and it's anyway. I'm gonna stop because I'm not gonna trash the dude. I'm gonna stop my rant. Yeah, the dude, he came back. He actually came back. It was like 2 years later, and I can't think of his name. I know he went to Georgia. He went to University of Georgia, and I can't remember the guy's name. I think he came back, played with the Dolphins for like a year or 2. Geez, I can't remember the guy's name. It's driving me nuts. Oh yeah, I know. We both saw the same play. I know he went to the University of Georgia. He also set like a weird rookie record. It was like 5 straight games. His first 5 games, he had touchdowns. Really good player. And it was kind of funny. Garrison Hurst, I think, was drafted. Was it before or after him or something? But Georgia had like some good running backs in there. So, yeah, absolutely. And if you're 9's a big number, man, but I am going to put some money on Hawkinson. So Jimmy points out a good point here. Giants are playing with a different energy under Bevel. I don't think they'll win, but they'll keep the score respectable. And I think with Swift, it becomes a very interesting game. I didn't know Swift was going to play, so but with Okuda out, Swift in, the over under at 55 stayed steady. It's been steady at 55 all week. I do think the over is a good play. But I'm probably going to double dip with Hawkinson. I think he has a big game. I'm probably going to take Rodgers and Devontae Adams, all of those. Next game, Atlanta at. I'm sitting here trying to remember that Patriots running back's name. It's driving me nuts here. Somebody wants to look that up. By the way, two things. Don't forget, give me a thumbs up. And if you don't mind, in the comments section, leave a comment. You can talk about how much you love the hat. You can mention something, how I never go on rants. It helps the algorithm when you leave a comment in the section. The more comments, the more Google, who owns YouTube, shares the video. It also, just helps me out. So if you don't mind, don't forget, give me a thumbs up. I'm watching this on StreamYard, not YouTube. So I have no idea what's going on. I may have 10,000 thumbs down and a bunch of negative comments. So you know what? I didn't think about that. And you're right. I would like Sanu to stay in Detroit, but I also hope that they can keep Galladay, who I think Galladay's probably thinking to himself, I could be making 15, 20 million a year next year, somebody else. And it's a damn shame because I like watching Galladay play. Hopefully he stays in Detroit. Let's see what happens. Robert Edwards, that's it. Robert Edwards, it was sand volleyball, destroyed his knee. He was out of football, I think, for 2 or 3 years. And then he came back and yes, that's it. Robert Edwards. Thank you. It was driving me nuts. Thank you. Yeah. Okay, Atlanta at Los Angeles Chargers. The over-under is 49.5. The Chargers are a 2.5-point dog. I really like Atlanta in this one. I haven't put action down here, but they've really impressed me. They look a lot better. The answer is yes, Denver Gator. You can call me a name. Oh, God. And Funk will say Bev will open the playbook. I think he will too. I think now here's the thing: he just because he opens it up doesn't mean he doesn't plan on doing a run heavy offense. He may open it up and do a lot of screens, do a lot of draws, get Swift involved. He may also get very creative, do a lot of two tight end sets, and just try to play ball control. He may go 4 wide receivers. But he likes to run the ball, and with Swift, you have a good option to run the ball against a defense I don't think is very good. So just because you want to get creative, you want to open up the playbook, doesn't mean that you're going to throw the ball all over the field. But I would really like to see Swift get involved. It'll be interesting to see if he gets like 10 touches, if he gets 20. I wouldn't put a prop bet on Swift. If you want to do rushing yards, because he's a threat to scoring time he gets the ball. But I wouldn't recommend it. But this is a game I might put action on as long as it stays below 3. Because I think the Chargers are kind of just in self-destruct mode, while Atlanta, of course, has been playing some really, really good football. I just think that they'll throw in. I could see that too, and I completely agree. You could have a lot more play action, and if you do play action early, you prevent them from putting 7 in the box. I know the phrase is 8 in the box, but I think that you'll see a lot of 3-4 wide receiver sets. And just because you see 3-4 wide receiver sets doesn't mean that they're not going to try to run the ball. So this was the choke ball, but Atlanta in the over. Atlanta's played better, and the Chargers have just looked really bad. They lost by, I think it was 700 points to the Patriots last week, who scored 3 yesterday. I think Chargers are in self-destruct mode, but the Falcons have played pretty good, man. The Falcons have played pretty good. I haven't put action on them, but I'm leaning towards it. I like the way Atlanta's been playing. I really do. Um, Excuse me. I didn't touch this game yet. And what it is that when I was doing show prep, I realized that this game's off. But Westgate Casino in Las Vegas has this game as Carolina's a 3-point favorite. I'm not sure why the line's off. But the over under, according to Westgate's 45.5. Because my bookie doesn't have a play on it, I'm not going to play on it. I would probably go to under, even though Carolina's defense has given up a lot of points. I would probably go to under. This is actually going to be a fun game to watch, but there's no line on it. I kind of want to see. I kind of want to see as an AFC West. I'm a Chiefs fan. I kind of want to see how Denver does against Carolina. So, I love those. I'm not going to say where I got these mugs from. It's from a company. I worked there part time, and then all right, I worked there part time. That's where I met my last girlfriend, by the way. And my last day there, one of the managers just got nasty with me, and I'm like, "You gotta be kidding me! I'm like 20 minutes from leaving, and you're gonna sit here and get nasty with me. I mean, come on." Haven't been back in the store ever since. And I'm not going to say their name on here, but these coffee cups are really great. I got them for free, which is kind of cool. I think I got one for free, and then I got the employee discount. It was like half price. But yeah, man, they're actually great cups. Yeah. I got a red and a blue one. And you haven't got me one from your store, Mike. I'm just saying. I'm just saying, You can get me one. Christmas coming. Hey, James, is Hunter Bryant get on the field this week? Yeah, that's a good question. I have no idea. All right. Saints at Philly. The over-under is 43. Philly is a 7-point dog. I actually like the under in this game. The only reason I'm not taking the Saints in a blowout. The only reason I'm not taking the Saints in a blowout is sometimes you get a backup quarterback in there. Sometimes it energizes the team. Sometimes it energizes the defense. And the reason why I say that is that I remember when Foles took over as starting quarterback in Philly, the defense all of a sudden played better. And there's some really good playmakers on that Philly defense. I think the play in this game's the under. I do think the Saints win, but Philly, one staple about Philly is they've always played better towards the end of the year. They've always played better. So before you just jump all over the Saints, which is probably smart, I really encourage you to take the under. The Saints have played pretty good without Drew Brees, but they haven't scored a ton of points. All right. So I think this is going to be a surprisingly low scoring game. I'm probably not going to put action on this. Next game's Washington at San Francisco. The over-under is 43. San Francisco is a 3-point. All right, I need more coffee. I'm burping. San Francisco is a 3-point favorite. Washington, I got money on Washington at 3.5. Oh, I have no idea if Bevel will give him some reps. He's been activated since last Sunday, but I don't know. You like the Saints and the under. Yeah, I like the under in that game. Big time Denver Gator. I like the under a lot. I think it's going to be a low scoring game all the way around. I don't see Philly putting up a lot of points against the Saints defense. And the Philly defense is pretty damn good. So I like the under in that one. I put Washington at 3.5. Now I'm going to tell you something. Let's say you're going to go on the flip side and you're going to take San Francisco. Take them fast. Because of my bookie, the line's been dropping. It's probably going to hit 2.5 by kickoff. So if you like Washington, make sure you get 3. If you're very lucky like myself and you get 3.5, I do think Washington wins outright, but I've been seeing more and more people betting on San Francisco, and more people are giving statistics and numbers why San Francisco is going to win. A lot of it makes a lot of sense. So I'm having a little bit of buyer's remorse, but here's what I'm looking at. Backup quarterback, holes in the offensive line against a really good defensive line, and I like the way Alex Smith is playing. Gibson, the running back, he is out. I don't think it matters that much. I think you're going to see a short passing game. Bottom line, Washington's defense really dominated a much better Pittsburgh team, but be warned, and this is something I don't think they have to worry about, but they may be too high after the Pittsburgh win. So dollars on WFT is a strong bet. Yeah. I think you're talking about the Washington team. Yeah, Alex Smith is on fire. I've always liked Alex Smith, and I'm kind of thinking it's a homer bet. Washington football team. Okay, I caught that. So I am having a little bit of buyer's remorse, but I love Alex Smith. I always loved him here in Kansas City. His story is fantastic, and I love the defensive line. It is just playing lights out. San Francisco has a banged up offensive line, but they've also looked good at times too. So I got 3.5. If you're high on Washington, make sure you get 3. The line's dropping though. But if you like San Francisco, wait and you can get you can get 2.5. If he doesn't win comeback player of the year, it's wrong. It's just wrong. You could say Big Ben. One guy put down Jason, what was it? Jason Verrett. It's not Jason Garrett. Jason Verrett, the corner for San Francisco. He's playing some really damn good ball from a first round pick who's just got injured after injured after injured. No, it's Alex Smith. Look at the leg injury. And yeah. Loved them here in Kansas City. Me and Jimmy disagree on this one. But that's okay, man. That's okay. Pittsburgh at Buffalo. The over-under is 48. Buffalo is a 1.5-point favorite. I like Pittsburgh. I really like Pittsburgh in this game. Now, I haven't checked the weather report, but I could also see it over. And this is something that you want to pay attention to. Cole Beasley has been putting up fantastic numbers. Cole Beasley prop bets is gold. Here's why you don't know about him. Because what he does, he catches that 5 to 8 yard route on 3rd and 5. Not a lot of hype. You're not going to show on Sports Center that 8-yard curl. But he has a lot of catches. He has a lot of yards. Good number. I'm probably going to take Roethlisberger over on yards. I do like Pittsburgh in this game. I really do like Pittsburgh in this game. Jimmy, I'm not mad at you for taking Buffalo. I get why you did it. I 100% get why you did it. But take Cole Beasley. Take Cole Beasley, prop bet. I think it's going to be a big payout for both of us. I think as long as Jesse James continues to play better, Bryant may stay sidelines. However, Bevel has been known to use 3. Well, I wasn't even including Bryant. I was just saying I like Jesse James and Hawkinson and then just use a lot of 2 tight end formations. But you can do a lot of different things with running the football. You may also want to get creative and just say, hey, look, we know Green Bay is going to put up at least 20. Let's just say minimum 21 against us. Let's just say 21, probably 28. Honestly, I think they're going to put over 30. And just say, hey, look, we got to score as much as possible. So let's just air it out. Let's just take our best player. Let's air it out, and then we'll go from there. It'll be very interesting to see the game plan Detroit has on this one. This is a prop bet galore game, so I'm going to put a lot of action on that game. I 100% agree with you, Mike. I don't. If he's not, then you don't have the award. That's just it. I took Buffalo and Washington last week, and I'm pretty high on both teams. So I'm letting momentum go. I don't blame you, man. I don't blame you at all. I do like Pittsburgh, but Washington, you got 3. I got 3.5. So not a huge fan of over celebrating, but I love the lineman rocking Beasley. Yeah, that was awesome. That was awesome. Dude, they love Beasley in Buffalo because he just racks up. And keep in mind, Pittsburgh is Joe Hayden, I think, or is it Hayden or Nelson? I think Hayden's out. So Nelson's going to follow Diggs everywhere. Beasley's going to have a big game. I'm going to put action on Beasley. I don't know the numbers. As soon as I find out the numbers, I'll try to do a video. Last week I put something on Facebook and Twitter, but I think I'll put something on the video. So I love Bev's scheme, and this year he was disappointing me. Last year it looked more like last week. It looked more like last year. I liked what they did on offense. The only thing, because I had money on Hawkinson prop bets, Hawkinson needs to stay on the ground. I don't know if you remember that. I think it was in third down. He jumped up to catch the ball inside the 5, and I'm thinking, why'd you jump? You had a corner on you. Oh, you catch the ball, you turn upfield, you score a touchdown, but he jumped and fell down. I'm like, why'd you do that? And it seems like every time he catches the ball, he wants to jump and fall down. I'm like, stay on your damn feet. Remember he got injured trying to hurdle a hurdle player. He got hurt. Just quit jumping. So, yeah, all right, sorry. Get my rants under control. Baltimore at Cleveland. Over under is 47. Cleveland's a 2.5 point dog at home. No love for Cleveland. No love for Cleveland at all. And I'm not going to give them any either. I like Baltimore in this game. I like Baltimore big in this game. This is the Monday night game. Pittsburgh's on Sunday night. I'm going to put action Sunday night. I'm going to put action on Monday night. Basically, I'm waiting. If I've seen 2.5. Basically, if it stays under 3, I'm going to put action on Baltimore. Prop bet action. You could take Chubb. You could take Kareem Hunt. Those are good. I don't think Baker Mayfield's going to have a good game. If you want to take under on Baker Mayfield passing yardage, I wouldn't hate you for it. But ultimately, I think Baltimore's just a better team. I'm not buying into the Cleveland hype. I think they came into a tired Tennessee team that didn't play a good game. They're not going to get the same thing out of Baltimore. They're not going to get the same thing out of Baltimore. I'll probably just take Baltimore. I probably would just take Baltimore. Yeah. And that, and you're. Somebody brought this up earlier today that he's been taking Kelsey over receptions over yards every week, and I'm like, why didn't I think of that? I'm going to do it this week. So, but yeah, Denver Gator, I 100% agree. I like Baltimore. I do like the over. I do like the over. I really do, because I think Cleveland will score in this game. I don't see them getting shut out. The offense has been playing good. They'll be able to run the ball against Baltimore, but I don't think Baltimore. I think Baltimore's going to run the ball. I think Baltimore's going to be able to pass. I think Lamar Jackson's going to have a big game. But yeah, I like Baltimore in this game. That's probably the bet that I'm going to make. So. Man, yeah, I am very, very jacked up. Oh, man. I said this last time that I wasn't going to do an energy drink and coffee, but yeah. Yeah, and I like being this amped up, even though I'm a little scatterheaded. 2 weeks from now, there's not going to be a Christmas show. Hopefully, that's understanding for you guys. You guys can always email me at thedanshow@yahoo.com. Like I said, I'm going to try to get a video out tomorrow with all the prop bets, and has a list of everything. If you do have any questions or you need help fantasy football wise, betting wise, or you just want my opinion, just shoot me an email. I was kind of bad about that, but I changed my settings, so now I get notifications on my phone when I do get an email on this email address. So hopefully that issue has been resolved. This is going to be a good week for betting for those of you that bet. For those of you that don't bet, it's going to be a great game. It's going to be a great weekend of football, specifically for the NFC, because you got Minnesota and Tampa Bay. They're fighting for a wild card spot. Arizona and the Giants are also fighting for a wild card. Giants are fighting for a divisional spot. Chiefs and Miami. That's going to be a good, exciting game. Two AFC playoff teams. I think Miami definitely will make the playoffs. Kansas City, I think, will still be the 1 seed. And then you got Pittsburgh and Buffalo, 2 AFC playoff teams. It's going to be very, very exciting. So, I mean, this is a great football weekend. I didn't say it earlier, but the buys are over. There's no more buys. It's just, you're going to have 16 games from now to the end of the season. So I'm pretty excited about that. I can't get enough football, as you can tell. So let me see here what I got. Is there a prop bet for Lamar Jackson yards? You should take it. There will be. There will be, depending on what it is. Depending on what it is, I might take it. More than likely, I'll probably just take Baltimore under 2.5. I'll probably just take 2.5. Denver Gator, I know I said I wouldn't speak on my team, so I'll just say this. We will win big this week. No CMC, which is a shame because his father's game is it. Oh, I forgot. I forgot about it. I completely forgot about Ed McCaffrey, to tell you the truth. I don't know if you win big. I don't know, but that's actually going to be a really good game. It's one of the games that's between two teams that have losing records. I'm really going to pay close attention to, because I think both. It wouldn't surprise me if next year both these teams have playoff records. Both these teams are massively on the upside, so I'm kind of excited about that game. But Mike Davis is no slouch. Good luck, but be warned, man. I mean, Carolina's a pretty good team, man. You know what I'll probably do? I'll probably parlay, depending on the numbers, because I regretted instantly not parlaying the receptions and the yards together. My bookie has that option, so what I'll probably do with Hawkinson is I'll do both receptions, yards, and I'll do a parlay, and I'll probably do the same thing with Kelsey. I can't see Kelsey not having a big game, and the reason why is that Miami likes to play a lot of man defense, okay? And they got two really, really, really good corners. Now, here's what you do. You have to even though you got man coverage, if you want to play man on Tyreek Hill, you got to play safety on the way back. You don't want to do one-on-one on Tyreek Hill. All right, that's a loss. Okay, you could put a corner and then you could double team a linebacker or a safety on Kelsey. Well, then you can't double team Tyreek Hill, and you can't double team both Tyreek Hill and Kelsey. All right, and then here's the problem is that let's say you want to go ahead and you try to bracket both if you dare, which they won't do. But let's say you try to take both away. You got Sammy Watkins, you got Miracle Hardman that are just going to tear your team up. So more than likely what you're going to do is you're probably going to go ahead and put one corner on Tyreek Hill. You're going to put safety over the top. And then what you're going to do is put the other corner either on Sammy Watkins, or you're going to put that corner on Travis Kelce. And then you can try to bracket Kelce with a linebacker. And that'll be very interesting to see how it does. But more than likely, what you're probably going to do is put that corner on the number 2 receiver, which is going to be Watkins, and it's going to be Miracle Hardman. And the reason why you want to do this is that you don't want to get beat for 70. But you don't mind Kelce getting a 10 here, getting a 10 here, and then doing the same thing Denver did. And that's hold them to field goals. And that's why Kelce's going to have a big game. Because you're not worried. You'd rather have Kelce get 10 to 15 yards across the middle than Tyreek goes 70 up top. So what you're going to do is you're going to take away the deep threat, limit everything to underneath, and take your chances. Because what you want to do is that you want to have Kansas City march down the field rather than get one play and go all the way down the field. Because you could get a sack. You could get a fumble. You could get some incompletions. So that's why the Kelce play is huge, and that's why I'll probably double dip. As far as Kelce Hawkinson together, probably not. I try to avoid parlays, but I did regret it. I try to avoid parlays as much as possible. So I'm gonna say the short answer is no. Stop ruining Christmas. Yeah, no Christmas show. I've been working on my full-time job. I've been working 6 days a week. So what I'm going to do is kind of cool. I have Friday, Saturday, and I might not put any action down on anything that weekend and just get ready for the playoffs. And last year well, actually, I didn't bet anything except for the Super Bowl, but the Chiefs, when it comes to playoffs, are a really good team to bet on. Really good team to bet on. And I'll probably do some prop bets with Kansas City. You could also go Patrick Mahomes over 300 yards. And, yeah. So, I mean, there's a lot of prop bets. They're just not available yet. And when they will, yeah, exactly. Exactly. That's why you got double team one or the other. And what will happen is that well, let me say this for those of you who are just listening. A Denver Gator puts out Kelsey against a corner linebacker solo is so unfair. Same with Hill in single coverage. That's why you double team Hill before the red zone, and then you double team Kelsey in the red zone. And then you're also going to probably throw more zone coverage at Kansas City than in past, because what Miami does is play a lot of man coverage. What it's actually funny, because what Miami does is what Detroit was wanting to do, but they didn't have the corners. That's why Miami's spending, I think this year alone, over 35 million just in corners. They went ahead and they got Byron Hill from Dallas, and they drafted Noah Igbinoghene, a guy that I thought was going to Minnesota. One of my favorite players in the draft, but he's really raw. So they got a lot of corners. But the problem is that you just can't put Kelsey in single coverage. Corners too small. Linebackers aren't fast enough. It's just so unfair. And Kelsey's had a huge game. Kelsey with yards and receptions is a great bet. I encourage everybody to take it. Real fast, there is a link below for my bookie, a Facebook group I'm a part of. I can't vouch for. I don't particularly like, but one guy said that he had problems making withdrawals on my bookie. So if you guys are, hey, Dan uses my bookie, I'm going to jump into my bookie. Just be warned. Just be warned. You may have some issues with cashing out. I just started doing it this year. I haven't had a chance to cash out. Keep in mind, I set up a Bitcoin wallet, so I'm going to get paid in Bitcoin. So that might be easier than getting cash paid out. I don't know the specifics. But when I do make the cash payout, I'll let you guys know how it is. So, all right, guys, listen, I know it's only an hour. Normally we rant a little longer, but I'm going to wrap this up. Again, if you don't mind, leave a comment in the comment section. Yes, Denver Gator, you can call me an a-hole in the comment section. It helps the algorithm. I will do my best to get a video out Saturday with all my prop bets. Worst case scenario, I'll just put it on my Facebook page or my Twitter page. All my social media is below. If you want to follow me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, you can. I will admit I'm working better on my Instagram page, but I'm still something I'm a little so about. But Denver Gator parlays are meant to have fun and just be hopeful. Lose a lot of money if you overdo it and overthink it. Best small, hope big. Bet small, hope big, but win if you pull off like a 4-way parlay. Such a great, tongue-tied. But when you pull off a 4-way parlay, such a great feeling. Yes, you're right. And somebody told me was that you can win off single bets. You can put money in your pocket. I'm misdoing the quote completely, but basically smart betting can put money in your pocket, but what turns on the lights are parlays. Because casinos make a ton of money off of parlays, and they make a ton of money off people trying to chase after that big feeling. So I try to stay away from them. But you're right, when you hit a 3 or 4-way parlay, it's a great feeling because you end up collecting. But that's how casinos stay on, is by collecting on those. So I try to avoid them as much as possible. Keep in mind, even though I've made profits betting on football for the last couple of years, there's still a lot of things I'm learning. I didn't do prop bets. I didn't do in-game betting, and now I'm leaning towards doing that. Keep in mind, I did lose last night on New England plus 14.5, but I kept on thinking, well, New England will keep it within a touchdown. So as I gain knowledge, I'll pass it on to you guys, and you guys learn something, or you guys have some good information. Hopefully, you pass it on to me. But anyway, that's it for tonight. I'm going to try to get a video out tomorrow. If you have any information, please, you can email me. I have everything set up. I will respond. And hey, listen, have a great weekend. And hopefully I see everybody back Wednesday.